LD with the win over Dutchman, 13-0. We'll be right back. Real Tough Talk. Next game up, YMM versus Never Scared. Now you got YMM that's trying to stay out the wild card game. If they could win this game, they'll stay out the wild card. They pretty much won't need the Browns game, which they'll play next. But they just worrying about finishing this game and being able to stay out the wild card if they don't got to have 2 games in one day.
And that's pretty much the task that they have. But Never Scared needs this game. So you're going to see Never Scared come out playing because, obviously this is a more important game for them than it is for YMM. So I'm betting to see Never Scared play probably at their best, knowing that their foot is on the fire. It is an important game. I can't say it enough. So I see Fred trying to play one of his best games out there. All of these guys are going to be playing at their top level, so YMM cannot sleep on them.
We're going to jump right into the game. Second down, Corey gets blitzed by Ock. Throws to Brown for a short game. Corey gets hit by Ock right after. The question is, was it clean? I think it was clean.
I think it was definitely clean. If you look at the timing here, Corey just gets the ball off as Ock blitzes in. That is a clean hit there. They didn't like that Corey got hit, but this is football. If you're there on time, the hit is not late. There was no call. There was no flag. That's a good no call. That's a clean hit by Ock.
Third down, Corey throws deep to Kaka in the middle. Incomplete, but Norman's flag for pass interference, forcing the first down. Was this a pass interference?
And if you look here, yes, this was pass interference. As you look, yes, Norm is going for the ball, but you cannot knock down the receiver going for the ball as well before the ball gets there. So he does make contact, even though it wasn't intentional. The point is the guy fell because he was reaching for the ball. He knocks him down, and that is a clear pass interference.
Third down, Corey throws a Ruben in the back of the end zone. That one is dropped. Last down, Corey throws to Santana in the corner of the end zone. Incomplete, turnover, on downs. And if you're Corey, I'm frustrated because, first of all, the throw I threw to Santana wasn't great, but the one I threw to Ruben was, and Ruben dropped that ball. We didn't bring you here to drop passes. We brought you here to score points, and that's a big drop by Ruben on third down.
Ruben came, like you said, to make plays. Dropping passes is not a way to make a big play. Obviously, you got to have, it's Corey's trying to drive down the field. This is a third down play. This is probably one of the biggest plays of the drive. You drop the pass. That's an instant turnover right there, or 4 and out. You got to catch those passes. Obviously, that's not what you're here for. Unfortunately, that's exactly what happens.
Second down, Fred is blitzed by Josh and sacked by Kaka. Never Scared is not able to do nothing. They're going to have to punt. Corey gets the ball back. He stole the X in the middle for a nice gain. Second down, Corey is blitzed by Matt. Throws to Ruben in the middle for a nice gain, picking up the first down. Corey on 4 rush, throws deep to Brandon, cut it on the sideline. Brandon with the nice catch stays in bounds for a big gain. Third down, Corey finds Brandon in the corner of the end zone for the touchdown. X gets the 2-point conversion, 8-0 YMM.
We can't even talk about that Brandon catch enough because this was a great catch here.
Absolutely.
Corey puts it right there where only Brandon could get it. Brandon's able to stay in bounds. This was the key play to this drive that helped them score. Brandon does not catch that pass. They turn over the ball. So that is a great way to connect from a receiver to quarterback to receiver. That is a great way for Brandon to make that catch.
First down, Fred throws a jail on the sideline. That one is dropped. Second down, Fred throws a Rico cut in the middle, dropped and picked off by Santana, who runs it to the 25-yard line. And if you remember what I just said, JL dropped the first pass, Rico dropped the second one, which was picked off. And you have, first of all, you have Rico from YMM saying he's the real Rico.
Yeah.
This Rico is a fake and a pastor, and he shows that YMM's Rico gotta be kind of right because that's a big drop that was intercepted. And Fred has been dealing with this all season long. Drop passes. They have the most drop passes than any other team in the league. This team has.
And I'm going to say this. You pretty much stole my words because that's exactly what I was going to say. This is something that Fred has been dealing with since game 1 in the season.
And looking at my numbers real quick, the only team that has more drops than Never Scared, Brotherhood. That's the only team that has more drops than Never Scared. Never Scared is number 2, Brotherhood.
And pretty much that is a good point to make. And you're not going to win games if you're dropping passes like that.
Tell me about it.
It seems like the whole team is not out here to play. Even in this game, that's important for them. The last game of the season, you want to go out with a bang to end the season, at least leading into the playoffs. But it seems like the same problems follow them no matter where they go, no matter what game they play. And this is another play right here that they end up turning into an interception on the other way.
Third down, Corey throws to Brandon on the sideline, passes blocked by Germ. Last down, Corey on 4 rush throws the X in the back of the corner in the end zone. X with the cast, but the ref said he stepped out of bounds. Incomplete turnover on downs. Was he out of bounds?
And this is a very close play. The defender that's defending him here kind of it gets in the way. It's Julian. It's hard to see X's feet.
They said he kicked the
from
cone.
What I see here, it could have went either way.
Okay.
But if he does kick the cone, he's definitely out of bounds. I can't see the position of where he kicks the cone as he's catching the pass. But I guess because of that, the ref's play stands. The ref's call stands, and that is unfortunate for YMM because that could have been big for them.
Second down, Fred with a screen pass to Rico. That one is dropped. Last down, Never Scared, struggle to move the ball. They're going to have to punt. Another drop by Rico. This team is dropping the ball, and somebody needs to order this team some hands because they don't have none. They need a new shipment. Has to be a new shipment coming because they can't catch the ball.
I mean, what else is there to say?
Catch the ball?
Obviously, but obviously they don't follow instructions. They're not catching the ball. No matter, even if you walk up to them and program it in their mind to force them to go and compel themselves to catch the pass, their hands are not following their brain, and that is exactly what was the reason why they've been dropping passes all season.
Last down before half, Corey gets blitzed by Ock, throws deep to X, picked off by Julian, taking us into the half, 8-0.
And
if I'm YMM,
yeah.
if I'm YMM, we have to play better. You know, we were able to put up more points, but, you know, Corey has to step up as a general of his offense. He has to get more in guys' face to say, this is what we need to do. Ruben with a big drop the first drive. You know, that really killed us for a touchdown. Then you had the other drive where X steps out of bounds. Those are 2 touchdowns that we could have scored, which would give us a commanding lead. We got to make plays because the opportunities there, we just got to make them.
And I'm just going to straight out say it. If I am Fred, I'm yelling at my guys, catch the dang ball. That's all you are out there to do. You kept YMM to 8 points. With all the drops, they had the potential to be winning the game right now.
That's true.
So
You're right.
They are pretty much not in it to win it. They pretty much handing the game over to YMM. So if I'm Fred, I got to get my guys in the zone. They got to catch passes. Even if you're going to take the 2 minutes to do some drive plays or whatever, to practice them catching the ball, they got to get back in this game because if they don't, they're going to lose. And dropping passes leads exactly to that, a loss.
Fred with a pass to Ouija in the gap, second half for a nice game. After getting the first down, Fred throws a Ouija in the middle, picking for another nice game. Last down, Fred on 4 rush, throws it up, incomplete, turnover on downs, giving the ball right back to Wyman.
And you see Ouija here catching some passes here finally, but it's still not enough for them to get into the end zone. So obviously something is not happening right. Certain people are not stepping up the way that they should. It can't only be 1 or 2 guys that's catching the ball. Other guys got to find ways to get open because if not, again, this game may end 8-zip because they're keeping YMM from scoring. But again, that's not going to be enough if you can't even score 6 points.
Corey gets the ball back. He throws short to Santana, who runs for a nice gain. Corey then with a pass, Ruben and Silent. Decent game picking up the first down. Corey with 2 nice passes, but cannot get any closer. They're forced to punt. And YMM is struggling too much to put up points. Now we can't even move the ball. First we drop one, a touchdown. Then we kick a cone, stop another touchdown. Now we can't even move the ball. We're in trouble. We got to fix this offense because we're shooting ourselves in the foot. Fred gets the ball back with 4 passes to jail for a nice game, picking up the first down. Second down, Fred throws deep to Matt, who had to step on Brown in the sideline. Matt with a nice catch in the end zone for the touchdown. They don't get the extra point, 8-6. Never Scares back in the game.
Okay, the 2 point, the extra point was big, but the fact that they were able to score 6 points shows that they have a chance in this game. That is a great pass by Fred to Matt, seeing him wide open. This is a lapse in defense by Brown. By the time Brown's able to recover, Matt is open in the end zone, and Matt makes a great catch. These are the type of receptions that this team needs if they're going to win any game, playoffs or no, and at least right now, they're showing a spark of being able to do so.
Second down, a 4 rush. Corey runs for a few yards, picking up the first down. Ott gets flagged for tackling. YMM starts to run the clock out. The guys didn't like that as a little scuffle. Nobody threw punches, but the league is reviewing this, and the question is, will he suspended?
And as I look at this play, it looks like as Corey's running, Germ go with the tag from the back. You know, he comes from behind. He's a ball giver. He rushes full speed. As Corey's running, he gets tagged by Ock, but Germ pushes him from the back. And as Germ pushes Corey forward from the back, it knocks Ock down, who is in front of Corey. And I guess it looks like to brace himself, he holds Corey and pulls him down with him. It doesn't look malicious. It doesn't look like he pulled him down to hurt him or anything like that. It looked like he was falling because of the contact from Germ, pushing Corey into Ock, and to brace himself, he holds on to Corey's jersey. Even Corey said that's what happened. You know, right. Germ pushed him from behind. It wasn't that big of a deal. But you know, guys are out looking for their looking out for their quarterback. I don't blame Wyman for, you know, going to protect him, whatever. But I don't think that this was blown out of proportion. I don't think this was intentional.
I think the league is gonna review it.
That's just my opinion, though.
I don't know if Ock is going to be suspended because Corey basically said that's what happened. So I think because of that, he won't be suspended. But we got to see what the league ruling is. But I don't think it's worth a suspension. I think you see clearly what's going on. And I don't think it's worth a suspension. At the end of the day, they're trying to run the clock out. Never Scared gets the ball back, but runs out of time after a few plays. End of the game, 8-6, Wyman with the win.
And Wyman was able to hold on to it. You know, 8-6 is not a satisfying win, but it's still a win nonetheless. They're able to, you know, conserve in the game. They're able to hold on to the lead, even though Never Scared had the opportunity to come back late in the game. Obviously, their defense kind of helped them in the game, but their offense didn't play their best. They didn't take advantage of all the opportunities that Never Scared gave them. And that's something that they have to consider going into the next game against the Browns. They have to take opportunities when it's given to them. If not, all they're doing is giving the opposition the opportunity to steal a game from them.
And we're going to wrap this up. Wyman with the win over Never Scared, 8-6. We're going to be right back on Real Tough Talk. Tough Talk. Going over the Wyman Browns game. Huge game. So we'll jump right into the game real quick. Why y'all people? We'll give y'all 1 minute for everybody to jump on and watch this game. All right. So we're going to jump into this game. Unfortunately, I don't have my certain stats in front of me. We're going to go by what we see here. Wyman just come off of beating Never Scared.
Yeah.
You know, definitely good game for them. Beating Never Scared. And the score of that game was 8-6. Close game. But at the end of the day, they got the win. Now, this game has basically no real impact for Wyman. Mm-hmm. They can't lock the number 1 seed. So the highest it can go is 2. But this is a big game for the Browns. If the Browns can win this game, they stay out of the wild card. They don't have to play an extra game before playing the number 1 seed. But it seems like Wyman is taking this game serious. You know, we see Santana sit down, and I think Rico won't play this game. But the rest of the guys, they want to win this game to end the regular season on a high note.
And the thing about it is they're not going to shy away from a challenge, especially when they're playing a team like the Browns. You know, I think that they do want the number 2 seed because it matters who they end up playing, you know, in the playoffs. So obviously they're worrying about who they play and they're worrying about how their momentum is going into the playoffs. So they want to get both wins. They're not going to just say, hey, this game is not important. We don't mind losing, anything like that. I don't see Wyman as that type of team. And it shows here, knowing that most of their guys are going to be playing in this game and taking it seriously. Especially the fact that one of their guys in this season, Ruben, actually left the Browns to play with Wyman.
Yeah.
So this is an important game for him. And he told his guys, you know, I don't know if he was joking, but he said, if they lose this game against the Browns, he's not talking to them for a week. So obviously this is important to him. These other guys are taking it as an important game too, and we got to see what happens.
Now back in the game. As far as the Browns, this team, first of all, they don't have Trav.
Yeah.
Much love to our brother. He suffered a concussion. You know, he's out this game. They need him. He's their MVP. He actually won MVP for the team in the BQFL league last season. Jingo has done a lot with little. He don't have his big players. He don't have his former UFL MVP, Puka.
Yeah.
He don't have Breezy. They don't have Weezy. They lost Ruben.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They lost a lot of guys on this team, so it's not the same team that we saw go against Carver.
Yeah.
They don't have Reggie.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
Reggie.
You can't forget him.
Yeah, they don't got the same team that went against Carver 2 years in a row. Lost 15-14, lost 7-0. That's just not the same team. But they have introduced us to some new players.
Yes.
Heck, showing that he's more capable of just being a ball giver. Aha, another guy who nobody really knew about, but now they seeing him impact more and more of the game. You know what I mean? So those are two named players that we saw. Like, wow, Sleepy, a guy who's just on the edge of being really good. Once he really learns the game a little better, he'll be really, really good. You know, they also had another player that we saw get real busy today, B-Boy.
Yeah.
Good player right there, dangerous on the kick return. And they got Londy. Londy's a capable quarterback, able to throw 4 touchdowns. The problem is, you know he's going to make a mistake, and when he makes his mistake is what kills you. But at the end of the day, this team has been playing in the middle of the pack, and this is a game that they need to stay out of the wild card.
And you can never count this Browns team here from out of any game. You know, when you have Londy protected, he can battle with some of the best quarterbacks out there. When he's safe and when he's able to, you know, concentrate in the pocket, he puts up points, and definitely so. And then you have guys. One thing I can say about the Browns is they always had a solid defense no matter what guys were out there. They've always had 50. They always, you know, obviously Trevor's not in this game, but they usually have him out there. You know, Heck is a ball giver that always puts pressure on the quarterback. You have G Black, who's been playing really well this season.
People don't talk about that guy enough. He finally made an all-star team this year. The guy, just because he don't lead the league in picks, he's still an impact player.
Yes.
You know what I mean? He's a very locked down corner, and he's physical. A lot of people don't talk about him because you get lost up in the Trav and the Puka and 50 and all those guys. But he's a very capable player, and I'm glad finally the league has noticed that and he made the all-star team. So we're going to jump right into the game right now. After getting the first down, Corey throws deep to Wesley, wide open in the end zone for the touchdown. If you look here, Aha doesn't lock up in time, and he's going to find him in the end zone. Heck gets the sack, but that's 6-0. Wesley's finally back. They had Wesley in the beginning of the season. You know what I mean? He was here for the Riot Squad game, and he's been gone because he's playing them 2 leagues or whatever. But he's finally able to come out and play this game. He's made this game to get prepared for the playoffs, and once again, he's making an impact kick play, and Corey finding Wesley for the touchdown.
And I see that I'm pretty sure that Corey's seen the mismatch here, because I see the mismatch here. You have Aha here as a free safety, something I really don't agree with because I don't think he's ready for that position, because the free safety is one of the main guys that dictates how the defense plays. If you see here, he sees Wesley crossing in his route way too late, and by the time he's able to react, Wesley's wide open in the end zone. Corey's able to see it, and when you have a quarterback like Corey, you do not make a mistake because he's going to pick you up.
And Aha got to be able to get there because Wesley's not a guy that's going to disappear in coverage. But I think he was surprised when Corey went to him. You know what I mean? So
but you don't sleep on a quarterback like Corey because he's going to see the open man.
Londy gets the ball back after getting the first down, throws a nut in the middle for a decent gain. Last down, after 2 short passes, Londy finds Aha in the back of the end zone for the touchdown. Nut gets the extra point, 7-6. Browns take the lead. And I like the fact that Aha comes right back at him. Now, Aha is a learning defender. He's getting used to defending. He has some speed and he has some height. But offense is what this man does, and he shows why Jingo went on and got him, scoring a touchdown right now.
And one thing that this player gives is energy, and he knows how to get open in the pocket.
I mean,
he knows how to get open in the gap. So at the end of the day, you know, regardless of what mistakes he makes on defense, he makes up for it here on offense, and in great fashion here, and Lonnie's able to find him with a decent pass for the touchdown.
First down on 4 rush, Corey throws it up in the gap, picked off by Aha, giving the ball right back to the Browns. And I love the fact that he got beat by Corey one time, he wasn't letting it happen again, and he baited him there, because how dare Corey throw a pass like this on first down? That is my problem with the so-called professor. You can't make these type of mistakes. Your team just gave up a touchdown. They're looking for the momentum of you scoring right back, and you throw a pick on first down by a man that you figure that you caught him off guard the first time. You try to attack him again, and he gets you back this time.
But one weakness that Corey has is as soon as he's rushed or he's under pressure, he's one of those that doesn't always make the best decision out there. This is one of those plays. He was under pressure here, and he throws it up. It wasn't an accurate pass, and A-How was waiting for it. He's not going to be beat again, and that is a big play for the Browns.
But I'm going to tell you what I saw about Corey. He tends to hold the ball too long. I watched the video that he did against Carver in the Final Four game Sunday, and he threw a pick 6 to Joe Blow because he waited into the 5 rush, and then he threw a ball and he got baited to throw. And we see it again. On 4 rush, he makes the throw. He has to get the ball down earlier. You can't call a man a professor and he's not able to process information and come up with an alternative if the thing that you're looking for is not open. He tends to hold the ball too long. He's not a running quarterback, and he's killing this team right now because I've seen him do this all season, holding the ball too long. Lonnie with 2 short passes to Nut for a decent gain. Lonnie on 4 rush gets sacked by Kaka. Kaka fights through Goonie, turnover on downs. And this is the issue that I have with Jingo. He's never addressed the blocking issue that the Browns struggle with. Lonnie's not running no relay races. He doesn't have no speed. You got a quarterback that makes mistakes when the rush is in his face. You have a blocker that's not good with smaller, aggressive pass rushers. We've seen him struggle with Isaiah versus Dutchman. Kaka, strong, smaller pass rusher, fights through Goonie, who has him by at least 100 pounds, and gets his quarterback for the sack. That is terrible blocking.
Listen, but one thing I could say is you don't sleep on Kaka. He's one of the faster guys on his team, and he's also one of the more tougher guys on his team. He's shorter, but that doesn't mean that he's weaker. So he has the strength to actually battle through Goonie and get to Landy. That is some great aggressive play, getting the sack there by Kaka.
Then Goonie don't need to be on the field. If you can't block, that is your job. That's all we need you to do. If you can't block, you don't belong on the field. You got to find a way to move your feet. You got to watch film. You got to know who you're going after, how you want your quarterback to roll. If your quarterback is right-handed, Lonnie loves to go to his right, then you got to put the blocking on the left so he can go on the right. They don't have no type of chemistry. They have no type of coordination. It's like Goonie and Lonnie are not on the same level. And you can't get mad at Lonnie and say, well, you got to trust these guys and let them block, when you got guys getting in and doing the exact opposite of what you're trying to tell Lonnie to do. What do you want him to do? He's not a runner. So Jingle got to step up and worry about this because playoffs is coming.
Yeah.
And if you don't protect Lonnie, he could throw a pick 6. He has done it in the past. But most of the time he makes those mistakes is when he doesn't have time to throw the football. You are who you are. You can't change in the middle of the season and the playoff run. It's your job to adjust to your quarterback, not for your quarterback to adjust to you. Corey gets the ball back on 4 rush with blocker from Josh, runs for a nice game. Corey on third down throws 2 passes to ice on the sideline, but can't get any closer. Turnover on downs, giving it back to the Browns. All right. Lonnie gets the ball back. 3 passes for a nice gain in the first down. Next 2 passes are incomplete. Halftime 7-6. Taking us into the half. If I'm the Browns and I'm Lonnie, I need some blocking.
Yeah.
Can somebody protect me and give me some time to make a play? You saw when I got time in the beginning, I found A-High for a touchdown. My next drive, you got to give me time or else we're going to have these issues. Give me time and I can make something happen. Don't give me time and you may be giving up points on the other side of the ball.
And if I'm YMM, you got to look at it this way. We may actually have the same problem. You know, when Corey is not protected, he doesn't make the best decisions out there. He's not playing his best when he's under pressure. I don't see him as a quarterback that adjusts to the pressure immediately like some other quarterbacks can. So you got to protect him. You have to find a way to give him some time in the pocket to make him throw the passes that we know he can make. And if not, again, we can criticize Lonnie until our faces turn blue, but as of right now in this game, Corey looks like he's having the same problems out there. He doesn't have time, and that's why he's not able to drive, and they're not able to put up points.
On the kickoff, B-Boy catches it, dodges Jeremy, gets past Ruben, runs it all the way to the end zone for the touchdown. Great blocking by Buck. A-High catches an extra point, 14-6. Browns take a further lead. The question was this block on the back on Jeremy? Did Jeremy get blocked in the back?
And again, we always say this, as soon as you see the shot in the camera, you see Hector going for a block on Jeremy, as Jeremy is cutting to the player, it seems like Hector just gets him turning, and he does touch him in the back. I'm not sure if it's because Jeremy turned, or is it because he beat him to the spot and Hector just blocked him to the back. It's hard to see because by the time they get B-Boys running, you already see Jeremy getting pushed. And so it's hard to determine, even though it may look like it in this shot here, it's hard to determine if it's because Jeremy turned his back, or is it because Hector was out of position.
If you change the direction of your tag and you get blocked in the back, it's out of block in the back because you change the angle. If you beat the guy to the spot and you get blocked in the back, then that's different. I think Jeremy changes angle. Jeremy is a very aggressive player, and he's going to go wherever the play goes. It don't matter if you have 30 guys blocking. I think that was a good block by Heck. I don't think it was a block in the back, and definitely, I mean, it remains to be seen. But at the end of the day, I believe that it was a good no call by the refs, and that's a great run back by B-Boy. And this is the thing that Jingle does. B-Boy played in the beginning of the season, but he wasn't really getting a lot of playing time. Jingle put him in here and there in plays. He knows when to put players in. He knows how to position players in order for them to be successful. He does it here, and B-Boy comes with a big kick return touchdown. All right, we're going to jump into the game right now. It's 14-6, Browns take the lead. All right, after getting the first down, Corey on 4 of us throws the receiver in the middle, knocked away by Aha. Second down, Corey throws to West in the middle, that's dropped. Third down, Corey gets blitzed by Buck, throws deep to Ruben on the sideline. Picked off by Nut, who runs it all the way to the 50-yard line. Now, Nut is, I mean, I know we talk about one of the older players, you know, talk about West from Carver.
Yeah.
Nut has been playing this game a long time.
Yes.
And I remember when Nut was one of the most dominant offensive players in the league. He was like a Michael Irvin because he had a lot of passion, aggression type of receiver. I mean, now you got to scale back. Father Time is undefeated. But the guy is still capable of making plays. And one thing about him, Jingo knows, is Nut can play both sides of the ball. Nut was a part of that back-to-back championship Browns team that went to the championship game versus Carver.
Yeah.
He was a part of that squad. He was a very important part of that squad. So this man can still make plays, and I'm happy to see him still impacting the game right now. Great pickoff by Nut.
And you're hearing him throughout the game, especially on offense. He's one of the main guys that Londi is going to drive down the field, but he's also able to contribute on defense, and that's big for the Browns right now. They have the lead, they have the momentum in this game, and now you having guys like Nut making defensive plays, keeping them with the momentum, keeping Wyman out of the game.
First down, Londi on 4 of us gets sacked by Kaka. Second down, Londi throws to Nut in the gap for a decent gain. Third down, Lonnie throws to B-Boy on the sideline, drop. Browns have to punt. B-Boy got to catch that ball. I mean, he just had a great kickoff return for a touchdown, and he can't drop this pass right here. Then Kaka sacks Lonnie. This Brown team is practically giving this game away. It's like they want to play a wild card game because the way they're playing right now, they're not showing anything. After 2 passes, Corey on third down throws to Jeremy, cutting in the middle for a nice gain. Third down, Jeremy throws the receiver in the middle, picked off by Aha, giving the ball back to the Browns, and Aha came out to ball today. He put everything on the line. He wanted to put the league on notice. He knew this was going to be a big game, and he showed in the league right now he's a capable ball player.
And, we've been hearing his name, before, but the thing about it is he's emerging later in the season as a big-time player for the Browns. It's unfortunate that it's already late in the season that Aha is really showing his big-time play, but it doesn't matter because in this game they really need it, and he's here showing up here.
Lonnie hands off to Hecker, who runs for a decent gain. Second down, Lonnie throws to Aha on the sideline. Unfortunately, he dropped that. We talked about him, and now he drops the pass. Third down, Lonnie throws a Nut in the middle, who runs for a nice gain. Last down, Lonnie throws a Hep in the gap, but he stops short of the end zone, turnover and down. That is a big stop for the Browns. They cannot give you the ball back, and you're not able to score. And that's the problem with this team, and that's been a problem with the teams all year this season in UFL. We're going to jump. Corey gets the ball. He throws to Ice, who runs for a nice game. Third down, Corey is blitzed by Buck. Rolls to the left and throws to the receiver on the sideline. He dodges Nut and runs for a big game first down. Was he tagged by Nut? That's the question. What do you think?
And this one is very close. I mean, y'all guys make our job so much harder because a lot of these plays are close, and tags are one thing that's very hard to dictate. But if you look here, it looks like this tag was missed. It looked like Nut missed this tag, and I didn't see anything. So it's hard to determine because certain guys get in the way. But from what I saw, it looks like a miss.
Corey with 2 passes to Ruben Less than a minute left. Third down, Corey finds Kaka in the corner end zone for the touchdown, putting them back in the game. 14-12. Great play by Corey, find Kaka in the end zone.
And they're right back in this game. They're able to take advantage of certain mistakes that Brown make on defense. Kaka was showing big time play on defense. He's able to put points for this. Kaka was playing big time play on defense with the 2 sacks in this game, putting pressure on Landy. And now you see here him getting into the end zone for the touchdown. Corey's able to find them. Finally, they're getting back into scoring position. They're able to put points up, and they're back in this game.
14-12. YMM has to go for 2 to tie the game. Corey is able to find the receiver in the end zone for the 2-point conversion, tying the game 14-14. Corey, the player Corey found is Ruben, the former Brown, to tie the game up. You know he was like a kid in a candy store when he's able to bring YMM back in the game by a big catch for a 2-point conversion.
I was
he would have
wondering
loved it more if it was an extra, if it was a winning play, but he has to feel great knowing he tied the game up with his catch against his former team.
But that is still a big play by Ruben, showing that he could make a score on his former team. 2 points to tie the game. That is huge right here.
Second down, Landy throws a nut in the gap for a nice game, picking up the first down. 7 seconds left. Last down, Landy gets blitzed by Kaka, throws it up. Incomplete, overtime, 14-14 tie. We're going to jump into the overtime. Third down, after incomplete pass, Corey on 4 rush, throws it in the end zone. Tipped by Nut, caught by Jeremy for the touchdown. And if you look here, Strange gets the extra point. 21-14, YMM take the lead.
And right here, this was an opportunity missed by the Browns. And you have if obviously we don't play the sound, but Hector is screaming at the top of his lungs at Nut because he's strafing backwards. He has the opportunity to pick this ball off. Rather than tip the ball, this is overtime. You get the interception, you're at the 50-yard line. You do not knock the ball down because it gives the team an opportunity to still catch it. Nut with the deflection, and it gives Jeremy the opportunity to make the catch in end zone, and that's exactly what happened.
You have to get that pick if you're Nut. Everything is riding on this. You have to get the ball. Nut, you got to hold that ball. You can't drop it. You're a veteran. You played this game too many years. You've made clutch plays, and that is a huge.
And again, it's not that he dropped it. He knocked it away. He literally went up the tip.
It's considered a drop in my eyes because you, 2 hands.
He wasn't aware of the situation.
And
Let's
that
just put
is
it
a
that
drop.
way.
You got to hold the ball. I expect too much from this guy. He should be a Hall of Fame touch player, 2-hand touch, rough touch player, and he makes a big drop. Lonnie has to score. It's 21-14. Strange got the extra point. Lonnie with 3 passes to Hector for a decent game near the 10-yard line. Last down, Lonnie throws it up to Nut, open in the end zone, dropped. End of the game, 21-14. Do you think this was a drop by Nut?
I do not think that this was a hard catch by Nut here, but this is Landy missing the target. He was off target with this throw because Nut was wide open in the end zone. That should be the easiest throw in the world. That should be a walk-off touchdown right here to help you win the game, put you in position to win the game with the extra point or the 2-point conversion. That doesn't happen with Nut dropping the pass. But again, I put this more on Landy than on Nut because this was an off-target throw. He's wide open. There's no reason why you should throw it the way you did here. And that is unfortunate because regardless of what we say, it's still a loss at the end of the day.
I got to agree with you. A lot of people said that Nut dropped this ball. I think it was a hard catch. It was a bad throw by Landy. Landy may make a mistake here or there, but one thing he's known for, he can be accurate. He wasn't accurate on this throw. And that hurts them because now they're going to be a wild card team. But before we get back into that, we're going to go with Corey with the interview. And then you'll see us interview Corey. And then right after that interview, we'll talk to Jingo and we'll talk to Landy right after. So we'll be right back. What's going on, people? Stephen J. here with the YMM crew. First, I'm going to talk to you, Caesar. People question, why would you have Corey throwing today, knowing that you got a big game versus Carver tomorrow? What was the reasoning behind that?
Just one game at a time. It's not a big game. It's just another game.
So tomorrow's game isn't big, Caesar?
Huh? It's big in the magnitude of what it is, City Island and Mecca, but we one game at a time, man. The hype, social media and all that, we know what they bring to the table, and they know what we bring. See what I'm saying? God bless, man. That's my boy. That's my bro. That's my bro, man.
Corey, we killed you all year. You don't get rattled. Towards the end of the season, you started playing great. You started showing why they call you professor. You didn't take no criticism personally. You kept going. Why is that? What gives you experience to not pay attention to what people say?
I've been in the big game before. I know what it takes. So I just had to adjust to the new rules, the new field dimensions, and then we go from there.
Were you surprised that you would start in both games, being that you got a big Final Four game tomorrow against Carver?
It was my idea.
Yeah, I tried to take him out.
That's it.
What would you say the experience was like? Next week is playoffs here. What would you say the experience like playing in the UFL league? What would you think?
Just got to get used to getting those chunks. I'm not used to it, playing Coney Island, getting rid of the ball quick. Just holding that ball a little bit longer.
What does your team prove to you? Because it seemed like no matter what, they had your back. We've seen them go through it with Nelson last year. They brought you into the fold this year. Was there any pressure to prove something, being that Nelson took them to the championship last year?
Yeah, there's always something to prove, but I think I got their respect. We took our way back to the semifinals in Coney. We lost a tough one, but we just keep it together. We're always in the game.
Beginning of the season, we saw you go with different guys. It wasn't the Rico Santana show. You seen different guys. Kaka stepped up. Ice stepped up. You had a lot of other guys. Brandon, Josh. We had a lot of guys step up on the team. What brought that type of style, being that you used to Rico, Jeremy, Santana doing everything?
Well, you know, Rico had to work. Jeremy was, had to work. We had people in the Nationals, but those names you mentioned, they familiar names. They're original YMM family from when we were called Team Birdman. Family's back. This is our first season together back. We here, man. They grown up. They did their journey to underrated. The other half went to Carver. Everyone got their experience from championship teams, and they all brought the championship experience here. And it's Final Four better. We're knocking on the door. It's time to knock down the door.
Next week you got Riot Squad in the first round. That was a tough team. They lost 4 in a row. Coming into the playoffs. What you beat them on the Hail Mary. They played you tough. What do you think about coming up playing against them next week?
You really don't want to play a good team twice. We're going to come and play them like we play every other team. No big game, no small game. We come and we're going to play, man. We're going to try to get 2 or 3 stops for Corey, let him put the rest up, score up, and hopefully at the end of the thing, it should be us up and them down.
We're going to thank Wyman for being here with us. They got a big game tomorrow in City Island versus Carver, who they lost to in the chip last year. So it's personal. We're going to have to see what happened. Good luck to y'all. Good luck to you. We'll see y'all next week, playoff time.
All gas, no brakes.
What's going on, people? Stephen J. I'm here with Jingle, coach of the Browns, coming off of a tough loss to YMM. Your defense was able to get you 3 interceptions. You also had to run back on the kickoff, but you was only able to score 14 points. Was that a problem coming in for this team coming in this week?
Of course. The whole season has been like that, no points. That's all. With defense, we don't give up too much. The whole season has been like that. It's all right. The playoffs coming. We never been in the wild card. We'll shake some things up.
You lost Trav. We heard he got hurt, concussion. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Do you think he'll be here next week?
Trav will try to be here. I got to keep him down. He'll definitely try to be here. I'll try to keep him down. But, no, I don't think he's playing.
Losing this game forced you into a wild card game versus Street Fam, a team who beat you during the regular season. And then after that, you'll have to play, if you win that game, you have to play the number 1 seed, Rep City, who you also lost to. Are you concerned with the road to get to 161 right now?
It's a revenge mission. Both of teams beat me without a quarterback. Let me get a quarterback, put some points up. That said, Street Fam, they're okay. I'm trying to get by them. Once we get by them, Rep City is whatever. I already told them I'm coming back for them. So they might as well get Izzy, whoever, because if I get there, I'm putting it out there because we coming for it.
The last 2 years that we've seen you play Carver in the championship, it was known as a no-nonsense defense. We've seen a few holes in your defense this year, not the same defense we're accustomed to. Is that a concern with you going into the playoffs?
No, not at all, because we had a bend but don't break. As long as we put up points, we're okay. Unfortunate, we give up 2 touchdowns. That's what I'm looking for. 3 touchdowns would be a problem. I don't think no one's scoring 3 touchdowns, really.
You say you got a bend but don't break team, but offensively you only scored 6 points even though you got the ball back 3 times on defense. Does that concern you, Lonnie's inability to score at crucial situations?
No, just the ability to score, period, not crucial situations. Just the ability, whoever was there. I had a quarterback in the beginning who couldn't score. That was just the whole thing the whole season. Like I say, we can stop and hold a team to 2 or 3 touchdowns. We score 2 or 3, we're going to win.
Do you think it's a battle between Lonnie and offense? Because we've seen a lot of guys. One, your offensive blocking haven't been great this year. Two, we've seen guys in a lot of different spots where he's only forced to go to Trev. If Trevor's out next week, do you think that hurts your opportunity to put up points?
No, because we seen we did today. We got none. We got all these young guys. Just got to keep my young guys okay. Once I keep my young guys focused, we're okay. Everybody sleep on Londy, and he gonna come out with some force. Don't come out here thinking you're gonna pick off Londy, and that's what's gonna happen. Because then you're gonna be sitting down watching.
Speaking about Londy, we're gonna switch over to Londy right now. Londy, we seen you take a lot of heat. A lot of seems like when you make a mistake, it's magnified. But when you're making great plays, you're making great throws, it's like, oh, that's supposed to be expected. Do you think that's unfair on your team's part to put that on you?
I've been going through that for years. I don't even pay mind to that. I just go out here, play ball with my team, and just try to put up points and win the game.
We've seen offensively, your offensive line have not given you a lot of protection. You've been under pressure a lot of plays, which causes you to try to make a play, and you throw bad decision. Do you think the offensive line needs to be fixed because you're constantly under pressure? Not even on a blitz, on a 4 count?
Nah, not really. Maybe if I move my feet some more, where I could set, my block up a little better, to make some throws. I think a lot of games we lost, we could have had one if I would have done that. But going into the playoffs, I just, move my feet, buy some time, and, help my blocker at the same time.
Are you prepared to play 2 games next week? You got Street Famine, and if you win that game, you got Rep City next round. Are you prepared for that? It's a lot of games, a lot on your arm.
I'm prepared for it. 2 good games. Just worry about Street Fams and try to put them away, and then we worry about the next game if we beat Street Fams. So
we're going to thank Lonnie for being here with us. All right, brother, we're going to see them next week. They'll have Street Fam in the first round wildcard game next week. We're going to see you on the site. Thanks, guys. Corey being the same type of Corey, not aggressive, just saying what it is. And, I'm worried about this team. And right now you'll know that they lost to Carver in the Final Four. And they got blown out, I believe it was 33-13. This team went to the championship last year, they lost. Went through a tough road to get there. This team needs a veteran player. YMM needs a veteran player because a lot of times they get caught up. I think Santana is that veteran player, but I think at times he also gets caught up in the rah-rah. This team is in trouble. I know you won this game, and I respect the fact that you won this game. You be never scared. It's not about the regular season. It's about the playoffs. Yeah. They have a Riot Squad team that they got to play in the first round of the playoffs. They beat Riot Squad in the regular season. Riot Squad could beat them in the playoffs. Let's not take nothing from that team. Lou made Jeremy look bad that game. Yes, he did. He attacked him straight up. And I'm going to say it straight up, Jeremy could not guard him. At least that's how it looked in that game. It's not at least. Jeremy could not guard Lou. And I already said I hang my reputation that Jeremy is the best safety in the game. He didn't look at that game because he had a team that went right after him. And I think that, you know what it is? And I'm going to say this. Jeremy has been spoiled with that type of, notoriety that he has. A lot of people do not go to his side because they know what type of player he is. Right. Ramsey is not that type of quarterback. One thing I give him is that he's going to take his shot. If he sees his opportunity, he's going to take it. Interception or touchdown, he's going to go for it. And it benefited him in that game because he kept going to Lou, and Lou kept showing up and making those plays. And I guess it caught Jeremy off guard because he's not used to somebody attacking directly at him. That's definitely a big thing. And by him attacking Jeremy, that should open up the field for JP. Yes. They got to get JP involved in the offense more. He's a big target. He has to get the ball more. They got to get Pig the ball. They got to get Julio the ball. So, again, it all starts with Lou. Mm-hmm. Now, on the other side, I am not scared of Riot Squad's defense at all. They have no pass rush. They got nobody that can pressure the quarterback. They lost King, and since they lost King, they have not been able to rush the passer. So I'm not worrying about them if I'm YMM. You just got to put points up against this guy team. And the key is to attack London. London has been struggling on his Riot Squad secondary all season. And if I'm YMM, I'm going after him. I'm pretty sure they probably have Bones here. They already got Wesley. They already got Tim. They got guys that are going to go after him. Jeremy can go and play offense. This Riot Squad team is in trouble. They was 5-0. They lost 4 straight. And now they got to play the defending Eastern Conference champs.
Yes.
So that's going to be a good game. On the other side of Browns, they got to play Street Fam. Street Fam actually beat them in a regular season. They didn't have, I don't think Lonnie threw that game.
No, they didn't have.
So, yeah. I mean, we know they didn't have a quarterback. It's a different game. No disrespect to Lonnie. I mean, don't disrespect Lonnie. He makes mistakes here and there, but he's a good quarterback that could shred a defense up. They just got to know when and who to attack. If you're going to attack Shy, got to know how to attack him. Any ball underthrown, not on point, Shy can pick it off. And not only can he pick it off, he can take it the other way. You got to be careful with that on that side of the ball. Spaz has to limit his turnovers like he's been doing all season.
And I think that that's going to be an issue because, you know, the Browns are ready to play them in this game. You know, obviously they had the defense to keep their scoring at a minimum in the game, but they still weren't able to put up points themselves to win the game. So now that they have a quarterback in Landy, if they're able to figure out how to keep him protected, I think that Street Fam can have some problems because Landy can put up points, and the fact that even though Trev was not in this game, that we talking about, he's probably most likely gonna be in the playoffs.
Jingle said he may be scratched
that's why
off.
I said
If
probably.
you heard what he said in the video,
yes,
he may not play. He's gonna do his best to not have him on the field. But you can't. I mean, listen, you got them, and if you win against Street Fam, you have a Rep City team.
Yes.
If you don't have Trev, you're not beating Rep City.
Yeah.
Bottom line, you may be able to get by it with Street Fam, and that's may, not definite. May. You're not going to get past Rep City without him.
And again, that's going to be an issue for them. They got to stay. They got to figure a way around it. If they don't have Trev, they got to have other guys step up.
Who?
Listen.
Who? Stop.
Again,
Stop
so
with
you're
the
saying that they
blasphemy.
have no chance?
No. Ahad, good player. Nut, good player. 50, good player. They're not a Trev. Let's call it what it is. If he's not playing, this team is not going to win.
But you got to understand. Listen to this. Yes, they have Street Fam or whatever. They still have an opportunity to beat Street Fam now that they're able to have Lonnie to put up points. I'm talking about the Rep City game that they potentially will play afterwards.
Right.
I'm not sure if this Browns team is afraid of Rep City.
No, they're not.
You know, and
they're not. Jingo already went on record saying he's not scared of Rep City.
So at the end of the day, you know, Rep City, regardless if they're first place or not, they showed in that very game that they played against Street Fam that they got problems themselves.
Right.
You know, that they make mistakes, that they're not perfect, that they have vulnerabilities that the Browns can exploit. So, again, regardless of what team is able to get out of this wild card to play them, I think that they're looking to exploit those weaknesses, especially Street Fam, since they just came off of a game with them. You know, I think that both teams are not afraid of Rep City, and I think Rep City have to be on their A game if they want to win any of these games.
We're going to wrap this up. Hollywood, yes. He said playoffs 100% this Saturday, regardless of the weather. Yes, we will be playing on Saturday. Luckily, it's going to snow tomorrow, and Friday we should be better, and Saturday we should be better. So hopefully the travel would be safer by Saturday.
Yeah.
We're not worrying about snow. Snow is snow. You know what I mean? But we're worrying about the travel, and hopefully we'll be good by Saturday. So that being said, we're going to wrap it up. Thank y'all guys for being live. We got to finish up the show. But much love to y'all guys. YMM with the win over the Browns, 21-14. So we're going to wrap it up. Much love to y'all guys. Show will be up Friday. Also a video. No, I'm sorry. Also a video should be done next week. That's going to be a lot of work. So it may be done within the next weeks, hopefully. But next, you'll see the playoff matchups probably Friday night, mid-Friday afternoon, Friday night. And you'll get to see who you play. So on video. So we're going to wrap it up. Much love to my guys out here. Love y'all dudes. I see y'all guys Saturday. Hit me up if anything, any questions. Much love. So that's going to take us to the end. Remember that Michael put this at the end of the YMM Browns game. That's going to take us to the end. YMM with 2 big wins. You know, that's definitely a great way to end the season. they're going to have Riot Squad in the first round. And Browns play Street Fam. The winner of that game has to play Rep City. So that's a great thing. Go to the website, see the rest of the playoffs. The playoff video will be up probably sometime Friday night. And we're excited. Playoffs time. It's going to be snow on the ground. Ball out and play a game because it's time to ball.
And pretty much the main obstacle that all of these teams are going to face is the weather.
Yep.
And the thing about it is, you have the advantage if you're the team that's playing after the wild card because you're going to be fresh. They're going to break down the field for you, and you're going to have an easier time running around. So,
Members Mark.
okay. You know you got to pick that up, right?
Yeah, I know. It just looked cool.
Yeah, I bet it does look cool. Okay. But again, with that being done, see how you distracted me with that silliness? All right. Regardless of what, the guys on the top seeds are going to have the advantage because the wild cards are going to break up the field. They're pretty much going to pay the field for you.
Yeah.
And you're going to be fresh. They're going to be exhausted. So you're going to have an easier game.
Can you imagine that? You got to play the team after running through that snow.
And the sad part is, who knew that it was going to be a snowstorm and the field was going to be the way it was? We haven't had snow like that all season. And on the first week of the playoffs, when you're a wild card, you have to deal with that. So that's unfortunate to be a wild card. But that's why whenever you come to the UFL and we have the divisions the way I'm set up the way they are.
Stay out of the wild card.
Stay out of the wild card. You don't want to, even though everybody makes the playoffs, you do not want to go through that wild card situation. You can ask a lot of teams who's been through it. It sucks, and it's very hard to get out of the wild card and still play the first or second seed, right afterwards. So that's unfortunate for the wild cards, but I'm sure that they're going to be ready regardless.
All right, we're going to wrap it up right now. We're going to see you on the site. I'm Stephen J, my partner Ghost. We're going to talk to y'all very soon, wrapping everything up. All-Star video will be done very soon. You'll see the playoff matchups very soon. Everything's coming, guys. I'm excited. Season's almost over. Week 1 of the playoffs. Let's go. I'm out of here. Much love to y'all guys. We out.